There have been a lot of things to make us hopeful this year. And you need a little hope now and then.
Yes.
Well, you
And
can be
the
like,
women who are working on nuclear power, shutting it down, nuclear waste, uranium mining, and our committee are doing great jobs. And we see it all as part of the same problem. It's all for profit. And they keep pushing it for the money, and it's coming from our taxes. So we're not gonna stop. And also, I should say, we are working on like drones, which show the horrors of modern war. If you start sending tanks to blow up towns and villages, just commanded from the battle. That's what they're talking about. Or these automated drones that are preset and decide for themselves who to drop bombs on. It's so horrible that who can, we're turning into beasts. We gotta save them. Save Cheney's soul. He might have one someday.
Stop the road, I want to get off.
So thank you for coming and, yeah,
I wanted you to talk about vigils.
vigils.
Yeah.
I shared,
You and I psychic vigil. It's almost time for one.
yeah, yeah. These are out on the table. One group of vigils we do, and I didn't put it in, was at Vandenberg Air Force Base. McGregor Eddy is the one who's very persistent. She's gone to jail for it. I was with her a few weeks ago when she got arrested again for doing nothing. And this, as I said, is the other organization with which we work very closely. And Vandenberg Air Force Base, it's missile defense, but they're also testing nuclear Minuteman III missiles because that's part of the rebuilding. They're spending billions of dollars upgrading these weapons and upgrading the warheads. They're not testing them. They don't know if they're going to work or not, but they're getting a lot of money. And it's so sickening, but somehow,
So
when
You're not
you
gonna close
talk
your
to
remote.
them person to person, they often melt like brown sugar, so.
The corporations don't get them.
So
We shape them again.
Yeah.
Carol, can I make you close your remote?
I actually met to talk about how branches can have vigils in their own
Oh,
communities.
of course.
For August 6th through August 9th, because it's a wonderful venue, it's a wonderful spiritual mechanism to talk with people about these issues, and it's always made me feel better when I can engage with my community about some of these issues. And the vigil can be whatever you want to make it in your community. It only takes a couple people to put one together. We started our vigil with a candle and a table. And now it's an amazing nuclear maze that the Ashland community does, and now there'll be one in
Oh,
Village
Ashland is
this
wonderful.
coming August 6th and through the 9th. So if you want to know more about vigils, I brought pictures of my mother's vigil that's in Ashland, and we could talk about that if anyone's interested in knowing more.
Yeah.
I have a website called atomicvigil.net that has all the former press releases of the vigils they planned in Ashland. It would give you lots of different ideas about what you do in your community, from a large thing to a small thing. There's like 10, 15 years of actually, I only think the press releases go back to 2006, but we've done the vigil there for 30 years.
How many of you, well, there aren't that many of us, but you've done vigil. You do vigil often.
We have done vigils this year. Actually, we have a coalition, working with a coalition called Remembering Hiroshima and Imagining Peace. And we have several events. In fact, I have a list of it on our tripod downstairs. First thing is we are having an exhibit. The Veterans for Peace have an exhibit of posters, 23 by 6 posters of exhibited in the lobby of the city county building for 2 weeks.
Wonderful.
Is that the photos from the Hiroshima Peace Museum? They sent out the photos for people to hang up.
These are not hanging, for 3 by 6.
Yeah.
Huge. I haven't seen them yet, but there was.
For Peace God. Okay.
Is there anybody,
The other things we are going to do.
never mind. I was wondering if there was anybody else in the room that knew that there were going to be vigils going on, just to raise hand.
Is anyone else there?
Yeah.
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 I don't know if you recall it. I think
Not
you
exactly.
I remember.
Not Wilkes, though.
That doesn't matter.
But
Yeah. And we do have a website, which is nuclearfreefuture.org, and it's a joint website with UFPJ, and so just try Nuclear Free Future, and you can bring it up. And there are lots of resources, ideas for flyers, vigil, and also a calendar to record your vigil. Well, there was a lot else we could have talked about and you could have told us about, because you have things. So I'm sorry we didn't cover anything, but
Carol, we got through heaps, and I want to say that sometimes the time frames and the devastation of working on nuclear issues can be quite overwhelming and quite devastating. At the same time, working on nuclear issues brings into sharper focus the preciousness of life and the you know, what you love. It helps you value what you love in all kinds of ways. And I think sometimes it's easy to get tired of it and overwhelmed. So thank you so much for your always enduring enthusiasm and gorgeous presentation of these issues.
and thank you for telling us about teaching.